Hi, and welcome to the Number One Comics Show, where we talk about the famous number one issues and first appearances of famous characters of the comic book world. I'm Tom Scioli, author of Jack Kirby, The Epic Life of the King of Comics. I Am Stan, a graphic biography of the legendary Stan Lee. And coming soon from Image Comics, Jack Kirby's Star Warriors, starring Adam Starr and the Solar Legion. All of those books are available for pre-order in the show notes below. In the 70s, DC published these really nice reproductions of, some of the first issues called Famous First Edition. And so this one is Flash Comics number 1, with the first appearance of The Flash, as well as the first appearance of Hawkman, Johnny Thunder, the Whip, and Cliff Cornwall, whoever the fuck that is. Really nice, iconic superhero cover. I mean, I've seen riffs on this. I'm sure there's, like an Alex Ross painting of this with exquisite lighting. And yeah, Flash, the title character, introducing the Flash, fastest man alive. And here, stopping a bullet in midair. This comic is a 1975 reprint of the first issue of Flash Comics appearing in January 1940. So we're following on sort of, Superman mania. We have Superman, we have Batman. And so everybody's entering the fray with their version. It's kind of, it's a cultural moment. And so we have The Flash by Gardner Fox and Harry Lampert. And, nice costume design, iconic. We've got the lightning bolt. Flash is an important name in comics. I mean, Flash Gordon is, one of the proto superheroes. Wiz Comics number 1 with Captain Marvel and the lightning bolt on his chest will be coming out, a month after this. I don't know if there was time for them to sort of copy this or if it was just parallel thinking. Faster than the streak of the lightning in the sky, swifter than the speed of the light itself, fleeter than the rapidity of thought is the Flash, reincarnation of the winged Mercury. His speed is the dismay of scientists, the joy of the oppressed, and the open-mouthed wonders of the multitudes. That's an interesting thing there. His speed is the dismay of scientists, I guess because it defies the laws of physics or something. Or maybe we're talking about mad scientists. But before he became known and feared as the fastest thing on earth, Jay Garrick was an unknown student at Midwestern University. Hi, Joan. Joan. Oh, Jay, it's you. Yes, Joan. Say, how about your victory dance date with me? I don't think so, Jay. You're a scrub on the football team, and Captain Bull Tryon's already asked me. You mean you won't go with me just because I'm a football scrub? No, but because a man of your build and brains could be a star. A scrub is just an old washwoman. You won't put your mind to football. So this is, we think of like Peter Parker, the sort of nerdy superhero, but this is what a nerd was in 1940. A nerd isn't like a Peter Parker. A nerd is somebody who is on the football team, just not a star of the football team. So that's 1940 in a nutshell for you. Or, Gardner Fox and Harry Lampert's idea. So I'm an old washwoman, eh? I'll show her. But Jay's resolution seems doomed to failure. Come on, Leadfoot Jay, plant your feet firmly. Haven't I told you before? The guy who's going to be, fastest man alive or fastest thing on Earth before he gets his power is, his nickname is Leadfoot. So cool setup. And so there's, this whole scientific mumbo jumbo going on. Jay, you've studied the gases emanating from hard water for 3 years. This new experiment, I know what it means, Professor. I'll separate all the elements. And so he's smoking a cigarette, bonks into one of the test tubes, crashes on the floor. The gas is powerful stuff. Overcome by the fumes, Jay lurches forward. It's too much for me. All night long, Jay inhales the deadly fumes of the gas elements of hard water. In the early dawn, Professor Hughes becomes curious. He gets his powers from hard water, which, at that time, maybe, they heard the word hard water floating around and weren't sure exactly what it meant. Maybe they're thinking of heavy water. It's comic book pseudoscience, and you could just make up some other name and call it something else. And so he's taken to the hospital. He starts getting his appetite back, and before you know it, he finds out that a hurricane, a wind, a ghost. My word, can I travel? Joan, it's Jay. Why? Where did you come from? All of a sudden, you appeared before me. So yeah, he just sort of pops up and surprises people. She's going to the library to get a book, so he pops over to the library, surprises the librarian how he appears from thin air, takes the book, disappears just as fast, gives her the book. Leadfoot is now, living his life in fast forward. He's back on the football field and just zips all across it. Nobody can compete with him. How am I doing, Joan? Why, wonderful. This will make us 65-30. Boy, this is the stuff. A football star and a date with Joan tonight. He graduates from college. He's reading about crime. That night, the gangsters are visited by a figure clad in the wings of Mercury, a human bolt of lightning, the Flash. So this is his first appearances in this kind of, title card sort of thing. He just disappears in front of you. I'm quitting this racket. He even made the boss cough up all the dough. I'm selling papers from now on. It feels almost like there's a panel missing between here or a page missing, but there's not. So that's how fast this comic moves. This is a fast comic about a fast guy. So, we don't even see him interact with these guys. We just see them complaining about how all of a sudden all their stuff disappeared. Now he's over here. Joan, do you see what I do? That man is playing tennis with himself. This comic feels very this sort of collegiate character playing tennis with himself. Jay Garrick makes me think of Jay Gatsby or something. It feels very affluent fantasy, Thurston Howell III or something. Joan is his Daisy or his Zelda Fitzgerald. He goes so fast, I can't see him. Only one person can do that. Jay Garrick. Joan Williams, it's great to see you again. What have you been doing? Jay, something terrible has happened. I thought you could help me. Daddy's been kidnapped. Look out, Joan, that car, there. Bang! But the Flash leaps into instant action, attuning himself to the speed of the bullet to avoid injury. He lurches forward. Now, little one, where are you going? The tremendous speed of the Flash's reactions matches the speed of a bullet, and he catches it in flight. Whoa there! I'll be up tonight. You can tell me all about it. I think you're marvelous. I know you can help me. Amazing, but I still don't believe it. Gentlemen, Joan Williams is dead. I, Sir Satan, say that Williams will now tell us his secret base of the atomic bombarder. And I, Serge Orloff, surgeon extraordinaire, will give his daughter her life if he tells. What of me, Doriel? I shall visit him in the room of mirrors to get his answer. These mirrors are stealing my mind. But you devil, I'll not tell, not even for Joan's life. She wouldn't want me to do it. So hard water gives you superpowers, and a hall of mirrors steals your mind. This is the fun of Golden Age comics. So yeah, we get this little bad guy crew trying to find these atomic secrets. Allow me to visit the girl's home. As an undertaker, I shall bring the body here. The shock of seeing his daughter dead might make Williams talk. So they all think that this assassination went off without a hitch because they were not accounting for the Flash intervening. Pardon, do you know the dead girl? What dead? Oh, you mean Miss Williams. Yes, she had an accident today, did she not? Now, how does he know that unless he knows who shot at her? This is very interesting. Jay, come in. Oh, a friend of yours. Pardon me, there's some mistake. I think there is too. He must be one of the Faultless Four. That would be some good enemies for the Fantastic Four, the Faultless Four. I guess that's who these guys are. And so the Faultless Four has been sending threats to her father. All of them are brilliant scientists, which might explain why he's the scourge of scientists. And once again, the Flash is on his way with the speed of light. If I just increase my speed, I may find my Undertaker friend before he gets home. So we saw him on the cover, we saw him in that tiny little narration blurb, and now this is kind of like the first time we're seeing him in like a full-on panel in his Flash costume. He's following this guy. That wind sprang from nowhere. That wind will be with you before long, my good man. Yeah, he's got like a very kind of upper crust kind of characterization that I don't know is part of like modern interpretations of this character as I've seen. The girl is still alive. I've never missed before. Can't understand it. You bungled. We'll have to try again. I wouldn't advise trying again. The Flash. I've heard of him. This'll slay him, and what I mean. And so we get a nice little explanation here. How does the Flash stop a bullet in flight without suffering injury to himself? Explanation. His process of thought and action due to his inhalation of the hard water gases have been so quickened that he has the speed of light itself. As a result, he can easily match the speed of a bullet. When two bodies travel along together at equal speed, even though they meet, there is absolutely no friction and therefore no injury. So yeah, this little shot, he runs alongside the bullet, cradles it in his hand, plucks it out of the air. Wouldn't try that again. He plucked the bullet out of the air. He's gone. So I really like the way they employ the Flash, how he's, now you see him, now you don't. and the reactions everybody has to his power. And there is sort of, there's an airiness to this, a lightheartedness, a humor, just kind of a fun, sort of like effervescent feel to it. I've searched every room. A trapdoor. And he pokes his head in there. It's the mirror chamber. Major Williams, quickly, jump up. Hey, what? Who's that? I don't know who you are, but I'm mighty glad to see you. They've spotted us. Hang on, Major. We're going for a ride. There they are. So long, boys. See you later. Stop him. How? I can't even see him. If I run fast enough, no one will see us. You run so fast now, I can't breathe. Daddy, Daddy. Joan, my baby, I'm home to stay, thanks to... He disappeared again. Why, I didn't even get a chance to see what he looks like. Never mind, Daddy. He has work to do. And now he's spying on the bad guys, overhearing their plans. They're going to create a diversion so they can get another chance at getting Joan and her father. And so this is their diversion, like a terrorist act. They're going to fly over Coney Island Beach and just start shooting everybody to get all the police to go there, and then they'll snag Joan and her father. This will get enough police here so that our attack on Joan and her father will go off like clockwork. Oh, help! Is it war? A madman! Suddenly, a figure among the crowd doffs his clothes and goes into lightning action. He's got me on the go, but I can keep this up till he runs out of bullets. So he's running around catching every bullet. It's, kind of a pretty original superhero, supervillain kind of set piece that we haven't seen in any of these superhero movies, but it's a strong concept. And yeah, the idea of him having to grab all of these bullets as they fling around. The Flash, I must warn the others. He's gone. Now for the attack on Joan. And so he's slipping through traffic. There he is. He slows down on purpose to let the bad guys see him so that they'll run. He checks on Joan and then shows up at their hideout. I've killed the Flash. I've electrocuted him. The room is wired to kill. I've killed them all. Didn't you see me slip out of the room with you? You can't escape me. So this guy's killed the other 3 of the 4 because he thought he'd kill the Flash too. And now the Flash is chasing him. Satan's mind cracks under the terrific strain. Get away, get away. And he drives off the road and is all smashed up, crawling out of the wreckage. I'm on hand just to see your finish, Sir Satan. Thus ends the threat of the Faultless 4. Yes, this Flash person is the most marvelous fellow. He saved my life and broke up the 4. Do you know him, Joan? Most interesting. I just can't imagine, Dad. Anyhow, a secret's a secret, isn't it? Wink. Next month, another amazing story of the one and only Flash. So, yeah, she's in on his secret, and she's not going to tell. They clink their glasses. Again, I really like this Great Gatsby kind of superhero who enjoys the finer things in life. I guess kind of, like The Thin Man, that series of movies, and something from that era. So this is the first appearance of The Flash. I'm Tom Scioli, author of Jack Kirby, The Epic Life of the King of Comics. I Am Stan, a graphic biography of the legendary Stan Lee. And coming from Image Comics, Jack Kirby's Star Warriors, starring Adam Starr and the Solar Legion. All of those books are available for pre-order by following the pre-order links in the show notes below. I'll see you next time for the #1 Comics Show.